Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. So today we are going to do another magazine journal kind of tutorial. My last one that I did with the, oh geez, I think it was Faber-Castell, where I used the catalog and made a journal and did pages and whatnot. So I get asked a lot. This is one of the most asked questions to do a new one, and it just so happened that um, I got this in the mail. I don't know how it happens, but occasionally I get free magazines in the mail. I don't know. So this one I received. You can see it's big. It's a nice one. I just got it yesterday or the day before, and I read it, and I was going through it because I do love me some food. And I thought, wow, okay, you know what? I'm going to make this into a journal. And as you can see, there's inserts and that kind of stuff. So I thought, I can play with all that. So I figured we would start with the front page. Well, of course, we're going to have to gesso it. Now, this is very big, but if you go to your local dollar store, if you go to your local library, even where they have magazines to take out and read, they always have magazines that they're getting rid of because obviously, um, once they're done at the end of the month or weekly or whatever they do, they get rid of them. So ask for them and you can get them free. You can also get, if you look up like free magazines on the internet or, that kind of thing, maybe you have magazines sitting around. I have many Oprahs sitting around. Maybe you have an art magazine, which I would never do, but if maybe you have an art magazine that you want to use that maybe you don't have anything in there that you dig. So there's always something around that you can do. And of course, you can make your own. I have many videos on how to make it with yarn and that kind of thing, but there are so many videos on how to make your own. So you can definitely do that as well. I will try to link at the end of this video down below and at the end the video where I start with the other catalog as well, because maybe you want to watch that and you want to see kind of what I did. So I'm just taking some gesso. It's one of my favorites. It's folk art gesso. This is in white. Now, of course, you can use any gesso that you have. And if you do not have gesso, you can use white paint or any color paint that you want your base to be. Totally up to you. So yeah, so see what you have and use that. It's all good. I also say if you don't have a lot of money and you want to, you can only afford, certain things, buy white gesso. Like I said, this is very inexpensive, but there's many brands out there, and use a coupon at your local craft store and get white gesso, and you have white paint as well, because I use my gesso constantly in place of a white acrylic paint, or you can use your white acrylic paint in place of gesso. The thing with gesso is it's got a little tooth to it. So you can, of course, paint on it. Sometimes, I'll give you a little hint though. The cheaper white paint, like the store brands, they have more of a gesso texture. If you, want to get those. I, of course, love my folk art titanium white, but again, this is the gesso. Now I have extra on here, so what I'm going to do, because I hate wasting and I don't want to just wipe this off, I will go to another page. Now I like to keep certain pages where, like I love that red. So I will probably, I thought I had more gesso than that. I will leave that. So, because who knows what I will want to do on this page. Maybe I want to keep her or take out certain parts of her. So, because I do love taking people apart. I mean, literally, like, oh, okay. Maybe I don't want her head on there. Who knows what I want to do? So I will do that just so not to waste any paint. Okay, put that in there. Now I'm going to take my heat gun, if the Lord willing I can find it. And this is something else I got. And I'll explain this, and I don't know, in this video or another. Now I'm going to dry the majority of it, but I don't need it to be so dry because I'm going to be putting other colors on top of it. Now, as you can see, you can still see some of the base coming up. You can put another coat of gesso on here. You could even have put a thicker coat of gesso on here if you wanted to. I didn't. I'm going to just dry this a little bit more because I'm going to be doing a mixed media cover kind of thing. I don't know what I'm going to do, but you know, so I'm going to layer and put different things on top, so it doesn't really matter. And if some of it pokes through, I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? So don't overthink it. This is just a junk magazine journal. Like I said, no big deal. Okay, so let's start and do our background. So I'm going to lay a couple colors down, but first what I'm going to do is take a few pages from a book. Now, if you've been with me for a long time, you guys remember my angel book that I have. I still have it. I found it downstairs. I did a little dance when I found it because it has quotes and different kind of things. And I really got a lot of good feedback and commissions years ago when I did all my angel paintings. I did so many angel paintings, and I got so many commissions, and I did animals, and I did all kinds of things. And I really did, you know, so I had this angel book, and I take quotes and I add it underneath. It's almost like writing, you know, different things, which I do as well. I know a lot of artists out there do that. But anyway, this is one of my favorite books in the world. And I went to a used bookstore, which you can find so many fantastic things. I had to walk away because I could go insane. Now you can see there's no thing on there, but this is just one of my favorites. And I love words and I love this kind of thing. So I will be using this in paintings and in different things that I do. I'm not going to use it in this right now, but if you have, I don't think I have my other book here. If you have a book that you use, rip the pages out and put it here. I, however, am going to use some Americana decoupage paper. As you can see, they have so many different kinds, but you can use anything. You can use out of coloring books. You can use, maybe you love to do, how do I get in here? Maybe you love to do crossword puzzles and you have some sitting around, or, you know, that you just don't want anymore. Newspaper, magazine, whatever you have, use. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't matter. You're not going to hurt your project. Use stuff that you dig. Now you're going to hear my cats fighting, or that's my daughter's cat. He just walks around. He's insane. And he makes that noise. So, and he's not in heat, and it's not a she. They're fixed. They're healthy. They're just weird. We have weird animals, and I accept it because we're weird. Okay, so you can see I'm going with these. This is a little green. You can't really tell on the camera that that's green. And then we have some of this, and then we have some of this. So I'm going to start with the darkest, which, I like this pattern. So I'm going to save those till next. And I'm just going in and I'm going to rip this. And I'm going to get my, what am I going to use? What am I going to use? What am I going to use? Just use this. Oh, I need some new brushes. Okay, so you can see this is it. Now I'm going to rip it as I put on, but what I'm going to do is just lay some of this paper. I love the paper Mod Podge. It's my favorite. But if you just have Mod Podge matte or what have you, it doesn't matter. Use your white school glue as well. Let me know down below. You guys ask a lot about the white school glue. If you want me to do a page just with that, because I know a lot of you ask about that, and I will be glad. I've done other videos like that, but I'll be glad to do a page with that. All right, and I'm just, gonna glue this down. And this paper Mod Podge really takes, some of you have experienced stickiness with your Mod Podge matte with journal pages and stuff. I've not really had that too bad. But they've made this paper Mod Podge, which is obviously for paper. They also have a fabric one, which I just love so much. So you don't get the stickiness. So that's good. Now I was going to put some paint down first, but I decided to just do the gluing first. Let's glue. Because then I can do some colors over. Okay. It's okay if it goes over. Oh, you see. Now let's say you can see this is going over my edge. So if I take a little bit of water and kind of wet that, put my brush, get a little bit more of the paper Mod Podge, and see if I can, might be better with my hands. Oh, look at that. Oh, I love that look though. I might have to do that somewhere. I'm going to kind of like squish it to get some texture, because maybe you don't have texture paste and you want a little bit of texture. Okay, so after it sticks to your hands a million times and your nails, which I don't like when the glue gets on my nails, even though it comes off very easily, but you can see I'm going to add a little bit of texture and wipe that off. Okay. All right. That's one thing about acrylic gel nails. I'm very lucky the paint does not stick, or the glue. I just give it a wipe or wash my hands and I am good to go. So, you know. Okay, so what I'm going to do, and I rhymed, and I'm not going to do my whole Beastie Boys spiel because you guys know. I'm going to take this. I was going to do the other one, but I think I might wait and put that on top. And I'm just ripping it. Now, maybe you have some music sheets, or you went to a thrift store, which we love thrift stores to pick up stuff like this, or your Goodwill. Oh, they got a new Goodwill they opened that we have to go to. Anyway, so, you know, you might be able to buy like music books there or old books and that kind of thing. Don't feel bad. I'm not going to feel bad about my book that the Prophet that I'm going to rip the pieces out, because I already have that book that's mine that I would never do that to. But getting that at the thrift store or whatever and using it in your art, I think is a good thing. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think whatever you want to use, you use. And that has a significant meaning to me. So when I do paintings and stuff, I like to kind of add that in. Now let me show you. We have this. Let's squirt it with water or whatever you have. Give it a little mush. You don't have to mush it a lot. Just, you know, just to get some crumples, or you can mush it a lot. It's, you know, just so you get a little bit of texture. And let's lay it. Oh, let's put it over some of this too. Okay. So there. And I'm just going to kind of, I want it to make contact, of course, everywhere, but I'm just going to go around them sides, make sure got some glue, and then I'm going in. And you can see, I always hold my brush back like this. You guys know, because I think it just helps you not be so worrying about everything. And so, you know, I mean, tight and getting all those, I want those little sprinkles in there. And I'm going over with my brush very lightly though, because I want those in here, but I want it to adhere in the middle too. I don't want it to, you know, lift up or anything like that. So I go back and forth, whatever way works, that it will stick. And there we go. Okay. Oh yeah. All right. Oh, love it. Can you see those? Let's see if I can. Yeah, see them wrinkles? That's what I'm talking about. Now, if I lift this off, it's not going to take the paint. Not going to take the paint there, so let's put some more glue. Hey, listen, you can put, it's because my glue underneath was not completely dry, which it doesn't matter because I like things like that, especially if I'm going to do like, I don't know what I'm going to do here, but if I do a, what do you call, a grungy kind of look, you know what I mean? Like this is good, you know what I mean? I just don't, I think these are all, this stuff dries so fast, the paper glue. Okay. I'm just not gonna lift it up, and I'm definitely not lifting that up because I'm really digging that. And I think I'm gonna add another, I don't think, why do I say that? I think, no, I am. I'm gonna add another, oh, slinging that everywhere. You can see why I go through it. I love plaid products. I cannot help it. I love other products too, but okay. I'm gonna sprinkle this one, little squirty poo. Give them a little squish. Yeah, boy. Okay, and just kind of lay it. And I know I'm gonna have to probably put glue underneath there, but I'm gonna just take it in my fingers like this and see if I can, yep, there we go. And you see, I'm not worried about things peeling up or the paint. I just don't care. I'll just work with it. Last time I did the magazine journal, I think it was with that one, but I didn't do the front cover. I kept saying I was going to, and I didn't, and then I got on to doing stuff inside, and then I got some emails of people that weren't real happy about that, which I get, you know, but so I'm doing the front before we start inside. Now, the only thing I am going to do inside is gesso. Like I'll gesso ahead of time so it's dry. If that's, you know, what I'm going for on that, I'll gesso a few pages. But that's, you know, that's not the biggest deal in the world when you're going and doing some art journal pages. And anything else you want reseen, I know I have a lot of new subscribers, and you can see how I'm twisting this while it's a little needs to be a little bit wetter. I don't think I wet that one because I'm too busy. See, if I talk, I don't have as much control over my thoughts. I want this squishy too. But yeah, I will have it gessoed probably just so it cuts out some time of me drawing and doing that. So if you have one, yeah, gesso a few pages. You don't have to gesso all of them. But you could see, like, even my fingers are here, and when I lift it up, it's peeling that up because it's just not dry all the way. And if you want a better, which this doesn't bother me, again, because I'm going to be painting over it, but if you want a better gessoed look, okay, maybe you're going to gesso that back and then paint a picture on it, right, or draw on it. You want to maybe take a piece of sandpaper. I like to go to the dollar store and buy the sanding blocks. I would show you one, but I think my avalanche over here would just go away and fall everywhere. But it's just, you know, a sanding block that has like fine grit and heavy grit, and you know what I mean? And you use it like that. So buy one. I don't know if it comes in a 2-pack or not. And just give it a nice sanding before you paint it with the gesso. And that'll help as well. So there are ways that you can do it that isn't going to hurt anything. And you can still have, you know, fun. What colors am I going to go with? I think I've been having this sit here for a while. This is my faux leather that I did on a paper bag. It's a piece of it. And I think I might add some of this. And I'm going to do it in small pieces. And I don't know if I'll cover the color or not, but it will add that texture that I might want. You know what I mean? And then just kind of, if you have a glue stick and that's what you have to glue down with, go ahead. It's not going to hurt nothing. Now this is going to be a little harder to get to stick down because it's very textured with paint. So I'm just going to let that absorb for a minute before I lay the next down. But what I think I'm going to do is just spray these on the bottom side and see, because it's plasticky on top. now, just to kind of give it a little bit of bend. Okay. Yeah, that helps some. So it's usually your fingers, or you can use a roly-poly, it doesn't matter. I'll lay another one there. You can lay yarn, string, you can do it all. All right, come on, baby. Make contact there and stick. Oh, I got a lot of glue there. I need something over here. Okay. Just adding some texture. Okay. All right. Very good. Gonna do down here, and then that will be it. Just dip it in my water, my rinse water, and then just kind of, because I have some glue everywhere. I'm like, you ain't going nowhere. Sit there. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna have a lot of texture there, so I'll leave that kind of do its thing, and then I'll push it a little bit more. Okay, so that's that, and I'm just gonna, why I make a mess, because I'm like, I want every bit back in there. I want you to last me another month. I have a new one. I just want to get everything I can out of it. And then I'm going to try to clean this out, because like if I do watercolor painting or whatever, which I've been doing a little bit of, I want to, I need extra like water, clean water, dirty water, you know, like that kind of thing, especially if I'm using it with acrylics. That's getting better. Yep, getting a little wetter, so that's good. Now, when I use the paint over top or whatever, that'll help it here too, because it's going to encase it into some layers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this in two parts, and I can't quite decide if I'm going to do this and then do another video, or do another video and put these together. I haven't quite decided. Maybe I will do 2 videos. Okay, so I have this. Now decide like what color are you going for on this? I think because of the different blues, and I am so obsessed lately with my what's his name? Dr. P.H. Martin, the Bombay inks. Now these are permanent. I also have my, I went down in my old art room, and I'm like driving Dave nuts because I keep bringing stuff up in my room. He doesn't even like to come in here because it's jammed, but I'm okay. But I have all my Liquitex inks as well. And I think what I'm going to do is use these. And these are liquid acrylics. Let's see. This is Russian blue. Shake lightly before use. I was just seeing if it had any. It's translucent, light fast, acrylic polymer. Okay. But you can use whatever you have. And another thing that you can do is take a blue, if you do not have inks, take a blue paint that you have and put some water in it and get it watery. And you can do the same, you know, kind of thing. I'm just kind of going to lay it down on some of this white parts. And if it goes on some of the painted parts, it's all right. Because you can use your pipette as well if you're just using your acrylic paint. It doesn't matter. And you've seen me a million times take my acrylic paint and water it down. Now I'm going to leave my brush wet, not sopping wet, but wet. And I'm going to go in, and you see how that really just, and you can see like you get different shades of the blue. I put a lot of it down. Wasn't thinking. I don't want to too much go over those, but I want to do this, and then I'll just leave it sit and dry. And just go over other areas. It doesn't matter if your glue's still a little bit wet, because it'll dry with, I'm just going to leave it sit, or you could use your hair dryer or your heat gun, whatever you have. But what I like to do, which you guys know, and I'm just kind of going to do that at the moment. I'm going to, and you could wipe that, somewhere else on another page. After I was going for the action of throwing it in, was like that slow-mo, like, oh no, wipe it on another, and it was already in. You know what I'm saying? Like when you see your bowl sliding off the counter or whatever, and you're like, oh no, crash. And maybe it's just me. The slow-mo. Now I'm going to go in. Now I can spray a little water. You know what else you can do is a little bit of alcohol. Let's see. Oh, I just love my dog so much. Okay. Weird things. I'm going to take a paintbrush, I think. Oh, and we can put some tape on it later as it falls down. All right, just like this. And look. Now, you can add more water. But look what you can do. And we're just going to add, it's just adding a little bit more texture. And if you want a little bit more, like I'm digging that. Let's see, right there, it's not enough water. Okay. There we go. Yeah. And it's just adding another little layer. Like I said, I should have grabbed my pipette, but I'm showing you, oh, you got to get the alcohol on it, Cal. What you can do. And you can also like just set it and forget it. Let me see. Just kind of touch with your paintbrush. And look at that. Oh, I like that too. Don't use your alcohol that you use for things around the house though. I have my own separate one that I ruin. But it's you can get it at the dollar store, the alcohol. You can get it at the Walmart. It doesn't matter, wherever. Or pour a little bit in a little, cup if you're going to play, like a little plastic cup. All right. I could sit here all day and play with this. Okay. So you guys you're picking up what I'm putting down. Make sure you put your brush in water. And so that is all I'm going to do with this today. I'm going to let it all dry because it really needs to dry. And then we'll finish the cover tomorrow in a video. But, I mean, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. More than I love McDonald's, which I don't like McDonald's. But I really love this. So, let me know what you guys think down below. And if for whatever reason you watched this video and you just found me and watched the video, I guess I should have said, and you would like to subscribe, click the subscribe button down below. All of you guys watching and subscribe to me, click that little bell so you get notified when I upload. And of course, all my social media is down below in the description. You can find me everywhere, friend me, and I'll follow you back, friend you back. And if you do start a cover or an art journal page or anything, because this could be anything, tag me on Facebook or wherever, Twitter, everywhere, and let me know and let me see. As always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. I love you guys so very much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.